One way to grow is to simply turn your attention. Say, for example, you've been so focused on this one sales group and it's been so successful, but there's this other group, they're over there, they're doing fine, they kind of flying under the radar, but you might just have tons of potential right there under your nose. And that's exciting. You just have to change the inertia because maybe they were sort of on autopilot, but now there's a new program, there's new things to learn, there's new things to do. So you have to make those easy to learn and easy to do because, change is hard enough for people, but if you can get them bought in, the sky is the limit.
Historically, Terminix was mostly a residential service company. They did have a commercial division, but it didn't get much attention until they realized this great opportunity for growth there. They just needed sales to concentrate on really specific business segments.
Redirecting your sales efforts takes a shift in mindset. When salespeople are used to a one-size-fits-all approach, and suddenly they need to get laser focused on certain types of businesses, well, it's going to take some extra work on their part.
These commercial sales pros had new industries they had to learn, they had new decision makers they had to learn, and not just learn. Their job was to actually become experts, and our job was to help them in that, which meant we had to become experts too.
What's so important in any communication project is non-stop learning, which is all about effort.
For Terminix, we traveled to a sales planning meeting in Newport, Rhode Island. We got close to the leadership team and we got steeped in the why behind this change.
You've got to gain a deep understanding of what you're talking about and who you're talking to.
There was so much research. We just devoured it. There was segmentation, there were trends. They shared focus group findings and training materials, and most important of all, their brand.
You have to talk to people, one-on-one, personal connection. There's no substitute for that.
We were able to interview all kinds of people, sales directors, product specialists, even the technicians who actually do the work inside the companies. And we asked them all kinds of questions like, what makes you successful? What advice would you give to a young rep? How do you get your foot in the door? And how do decision makers even make decisions?
If you're making tools for sales, you also need to talk to sales. Ask what works for them and what doesn't work for them. If you let them influence the program you're building, they're way more likely to adopt it.
For Terminix, we ended up with 15 hours of interview transcripts. We had personal conversations and anecdotes and all these personal stories that I never could have come up with on my own. Once we did all the homework, then we started distilling, finding common threads, and of course, writing. Lots and lots of writing.
You have to communicate in a way that's clear and compelling, so people will actually want to read it and want to get on board. Include all those real-world stories and quotes. Lay out what to do at every step of the process.
So for Terminix, we added personas to help them empathize with these prospects. We created pest overviews that taught them all about the enemy they were going to face. And we created a guide called Selling 101 that gave brand new reps an overview of smart selling strategies.
You want to give reps everything they need for success. We call it the total tool belt.
This was about promoting value, not price, being an authority, a trusted advisor. That was the new approach for Terminix Commercial Salesforce.
Consultative selling makes sense. You learn a niche, you become an expert that your customers depend on, and as a result, you see more success.
We captured all this, the entire concept, in a headline that was just 6 syllables.
Keeping ideas simple. It's how you make communication clear.
Terminix commercial reps really felt a sense of ownership in this work. It's really no surprise that they love these tools because they were like, hey, that's my story. Those are my words.
Involved reps, that's how you ensure adoption. And that's how you make your message work.